this is Lagos Housewife, and yes, it's Gadget Tuesday, and today we're finally reviewing our KENWOOD slow juicer. Though I know all of you have seen me use it in the birthday vlog that I did. Yes, this performed beautifully for the birthday. I'm so happy with it. And yes, let me tell you about it a little bit, about the history. This is actually designed and engineered by KENWOOD and made in China. So that's why you see the look of the design might be different from the UK KENWOOD juicers that you know, because this was actually made in China, but it performs excellently. And yes, there's no way I can review a slow juicer without telling you exactly what a slow juicer is and how it is different from a centrifugal juicer. A slow juicer, as the name implies, juices slowly. The reason for this is that the speed, they call it RPM, it's low, so that it can extract without heating up the nutrients of your juice, which will deplete the nutritional value. That's the difference between it and centrifugal. Centrifugal uses a lot of speed, it's higher in watts, and when it juices, you have to use the juice immediately. You have to drink the juice immediately. But with slow juicer, you can keep it for 48 to 72 hours. And if it is frozen, it can stay for longer than that. So that's the difference. That's why a slow juicer does not need high wattage. This comes with a 400 watts build. If any juicer you see that is more than 400 watts is not a slow juicer. It is already moving into centrifugal. It's not as if centrifugal is not good, but the thing is, the moment you juice, you have to drink it. If not, it will separate. Don't worry, one day I'll do a video to show you the difference. I just don't have my centrifugal juicer here. But back to our KENWOOD. So you can see the build is actually very sturdy, and it also has this stick on this thing that holds it to the, you can hear the pop. Yes. So, and yes, the build is strong, it's firm, and as I always tell you, please always watch out for these things. They are supposed to be firm. They should not be bending when you poke them. I always test all these things. So let me get started with the different parts. This is the plunger. When you put things inside and you need to push anything inside, this is the plunger. And this, can you see this? This is where you put your big pieces of fruits. There, if you read your manual, and you should read your manual, you'll see the things you can juice whole and the ones you have to cut into smaller pieces. For the smaller pieces, they have this back hole. Let me show it to you. This little hole at the back. Sorry, I'm bending this. So this is where the smaller pieces go in. And then the bigger things, you put it here, then you bend it, it goes in down and comes down through the back. You can see that. I don't know if you can see inside. Yes. So that is what is on top. Then, as I'm telling you, I'll be dismantling it. This is where, what I call it, the funnel. It's actually not called the funnel, but that's what I call it. This is where the fruit goes inside. And to open this, you turn it like this and you lift it. If it doesn't turn easily, that means there's something hooking it. Please leave it, don't force it. If you break this place, your juicer will not work again. This is the hook. You can see that. This is the hook that holds the juicer. So this must not break. And then this is what does the juicing. It is heavy, it is metal, and it is very strong. You pull that out straight. Look at that. They call this the auger or auger. I'm not really sure. A-U-G-U-R, auger, I think. That's what it is. That's what grinds the juice. And while it is grinding, it is meshing against this. This is the sieve. This is what separates the juice from the chaff. And when you're fixing it, always make sure this part, you can see it protrudes, fits into the space here. So you can't just fix it anyhow. There's a particular space it should fit into inside this place. So this is the sieve. This is the rotator. This is what rotates the sieve so that it is meshing against this and squeezing your fruits, your veggies to squeeze out. So this is the rotator. This is what rotates. This is the juice spout cup. At least that's what I call it. But this is where the juice comes out from. You can see, you can close that while it's piling up, and then when you open it, the juice comes pouring out. The shaft comes out through this place. This is where the auger fits in, as I told you, as in the bottom of this. This is where it fits in. And the space that I said this one fits, this is the space. You can look at it right here. That is the space it fits. So you can see that. Then look at this back. This back should always be closed when you're about to juice, but you open it when you want to clean it. So you can push out any stock shaft from inside here. But whenever you want to juice, please make sure it is always closed like that. If not, your juice will be mixing with your shaft. So you can see that part. Always make sure it is closed. Let me show you how to assemble your slow juicer. This is what goes first. Please take note of these 3 holes. These 3 things fit into them. So always make sure that is how they are aligned. So you put this, then shift it. It has locked. So you can see that it has keyed in. Next thing that goes in is this rotator. So you just fix it like this. Make sure it moves freely and that this wheel is turning. After that, the sieve is coming in, and don't forget this place should fit into this hole. So yes, that has locked. Next is the auger. You push it in. Last thing to go in is this funnel, as I call it. Please take note of these things, so that when you're putting it, you make sure they align with these spaces here, so that you do not break your slow juicer. So I'm going to make sure it aligns like this. Then you just make sure it clicks in smoothly. If there's friction while you're about to lock it, please don't force it. Dismantle everything again and reassemble again. Don't force it. Please, it should go smoothly. So then note this. When this is the lock position, it doesn't close. You can see that. But when it is unlocked, then it goes in. So you just put your single big fruit here and you press it and it rolls down. So you can only put one. That's why this is placed there, to avoid people overburdening it, one fruit at a time. When it's locked, it doesn't go down. Remember that. And this is your juice container. The transparent one is the juice container. That is why it has the liters at the side. This is actually 1 liter. It has it in ml at the side. This is where your juice goes in, and this is where the shaft goes in. This also has measurement actually, but you should note that it's not transparent. So for you to know the liquid that's inside, that's why they use transparent one. So this is for the shaft. You place it here. It also comes with a brush. So that, let me show you how to use the brush. Let me just quickly demonstrate it. To do that, let me dismantle this. Yes. The sieve. In case there's anything stuck there, this is what you use to just brush it so that everything comes out. Because it's a sieve, you know how things can, very tiny holes, so things can get stuck in it. So you just brush it. Please make sure, in fact, it's recommended you do this after every use, no matter the kind of juice you juice. So, no matter the kind of fruit, that you juice. So very easy to clean this. And if there's anything, any tiny place, this is what the brush is for. Now, let me show you something very important. Look at this. These are the jars inside a slow juicer. This is a plastic jar. This is a metal jar. This is what makes the difference in whether your juicer will be strong or it will only be able to juice soft fruits. Like you saw me using this to juice coconut. Yes, it juices coconut very well. As long as you cut your coconut into small portions, don't put big coconut inside. You will overwork your juicer. This particular juicer, this KENWOOD, comes with a metal jar. That is what makes it strong. There are some juicers that come with plastic jar, rubber one, and they wear out easily and they are not as strong. Unfortunately, there's really no way for you to know which has which, except you have a honest supplier, someone who is honest selling to you, which is why I always recommend Frankincense Kitchen Gadgets. He will tell you which one has which. I've bought one from him before and it had a plastic jar, and he told me it had a plastic jar, and I said, I don't mind. I used it for soft fruits before I upgraded to this one. This KENWOOD comes with a metal jar. It's metal, it cannot erode, it takes a long time, it's strong, and it can juice harder things. So please note that. Before I round up, let me quickly show you the control knob. This is the control knob, and it has 0, which is off, 1, which is for it to work, and then this is the reverse. What this reverse is used for, in case any fruit gets stuck in the auger while it's juicing, you just turn it to reverse, then it will turn in the opposite direction, bring up the fruit, then you can turn it back to start juicing normally. So that's what the reverse button is for. So that's just what I want you to know about this. Now, this juicer is for home use. Please do not use it for commercial use. It cannot take commercial use. Commercial juicers are different. The engines they come with are different. But with this juicer, your home use is fully covered. I told you it can juice coconut, it can juice veggies. If you are juicing veggies, don't cut them up, like your celery, like your leaves, your ephedrine, your bitter leaf. Don't cut them. Put them in whole like that. It will be pulling it in little by little and juicing it. If you are doing hard fruits like carrot, like coconut, cut it into small portions, feed it through the small vents. And if it's big fruits, on your manual, as I told you, it shows the kind of fruits you can juice whole. Those ones come here. So please keep that in mind. Then when you're using it, this is actually strong. It can go on for continuous 30 minutes use. That is the maximum. Continuous 30 minutes use. But try to give it a break in between so that you just don't overload it. And that's basically all there is to know about using it. So, do I recommend it? Yes, I do recommend it for home use. I recommend it for home use. Some people have asked me, can it juice tiger nuts? For this, I'm going to tell you, don't try to juice tiger nuts with it. You know why? Number one, it cannot juice dry tiger nuts. It cannot. You will spoil it. Number two, it can juice fresh tiger nuts. But tiger nut is a kind of nut that needs water. You understand? It's not a kind of nut that you can get a lot of milk from without water. It needs water. So I'll prefer you use a blender for that so you can add water to it. You understand? I know some people add water to their juicer, but come on, that's not the use of a juicer. Why bother adding water when you can simply use your blender for that? So no, I personally don't use it for tiger nut. If I'm doing tiger nut, I just use my blender for that. But coconut that has more milk, yes, perfectly. So that is it for today's Gadget Tuesday. I'll put in the description details of our episode sponsor, Frankincense Kitchen Gadget, and how you can order it directly from him. He is our recommended vendor for this. Till next week again. And you know, I always tell you now, like, give me a thumbs up. The more you give me thumbs up, the more the video is recommended to other people. And then other people come and find it so useful. And also, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to turn on your notifications. You can see a lot has been happening on this channel. And I'm bringing you even more things. So, ciao. And in the next video, I'll be showing you a lovely juice that I'll be making with this. You know, I've separated the review from the recipe so that we don't clog up things too much. So next video, be expecting. Bye.